Straight ahead on CCX News, students walk out of school. From Wayzata High School to Armstrong, the message these students want to send. Plus, finding money to upgrade school security. State lawmakers have an idea. And later, meet the Gear Gang, a group of students now celebrating a state title. CCX News starts right now. Hello, everyone, and thanks for joining us. Students across the Northwest Metro made their voices heard by walking out of school. At Wayzata High School, several hundred students walked out carrying signs demanding stricter gun laws. Walkouts like this one created an interesting dynamic for school officials who towed a fine line between balancing district policy and allowing students their First Amendment rights. Events like this one mark the 1-month anniversary of the Florida school shooting that killed 13 students and 4 staff members. Students at Armstrong High School are also speaking out, saying enough is enough. Here's reporter Sonia Goins.
At exactly 10 o'clock in the morning, students streamed out of Armstrong High School.
I feel that more people should pay attention to what's going on and things that we can prevent.
At least 200 students walked through the melting snow and ice to talk about a hot topic that's gained national attention.
Only adults over 21 should carry guns and weapons, and it shouldn't be brought to school.
Students carried signs calling for stricter gun control and better school safety.
We're like teenagers. We don't need this. We should be worrying about going on dates and prom and stuff. We shouldn't be worrying about if we're gonna die tomorrow.
Elena, we remember you. We remember you.
The rally was 17 minutes long.
We remember you, Scott.
Each minute to remember the 17 shooting victims in Parkland, Florida.
Christopher, we remember you.
A somber time for some students who say they want to honor the victims, many who were students just like them.
Because it hurts me that innocent people just got shot and they didn't deserve that.
Nicholas, we remember you.
The crowd listened attentively as upperclassmen paid tribute to each victim.
It's sad how somebody took all their lives.
About 50 Armstrong students organized the walkout.
School administrators are supportive of the students exercising their First Amendment rights. They said students will not be disciplined. Instead, they called this a teaching moment.
This is the new civil rights movement. This is an opportunity for our students to put their voices out there like they've been doing. We're going to be here for our students, guiding them, giving them the opportunity just to be students.
Meanwhile, students say they don't want the conversation to stop, and they're going to keep on fighting for a peaceful future.
Enough is enough. We don't need more students to be dying and more family members to be passing away from things that are preventable in our communities.
In Plymouth, Sonia Goins, CCX News.
6th graders at Meadowbrook Elementary in Golden Valley also participated in the movement. Students held a moment of silence, gave speeches, sang the national anthem, and urged other students to continue to work for a better future. The push for school safety is on the minds of lawmakers at the state capitol, too. Not just the need for more secure schools, but also answering the tough question of how to pay for it. Reporter Shannon Slatton explains how one bill would do that. Shannon?
Minnesota schools have a tough time finding money to pay for upgrades to aging school buildings, things like a new boiler or a new roof. If you add costly security upgrades like cameras or safety glass, it's a high price tag without a clear funding source.
In Osseo area schools, we have a proactive plan to improve safety and security in our schools that identifies $16 million worth of needs. The challenge we face is that under our current funding model, it would take us 27 years to implement those security improvements.
Dave Mordock was one of 2 staff members from Osseo area schools that spoke to a Senate committee about the need for funding to pay for increased school security. This bill would authorize school districts to use money earmarked for long-term facility maintenance to also be used for school security. It would also allow local districts to temporarily raise revenue by $100 per pupil without getting voter approval by referendum. This would pay for security upgrades, which has been something Osseo parents have been requesting.
Safety and security upgrades are urgently needed in our schools. In the wake of the Parkland, Florida tragedies, parents are asking more and more what we are doing to keep their children safe. I've met with countless parents in the past month, and what I'm hearing from them is we need more security and we need it now.
School districts could raise security money this way for 7 years. The bill passed through committee. It does have the support of the Minnesota School Board Association and the Association of Metro School Districts. Mike?
All right, thank you, Shannon. Meanwhile, Wayzata schools are taking steps to increase their school security. Right now, the district has an officer that splits duties between Wayzata East and Wayzata Central Middle Schools in Plymouth. In the future, Wayzata will have one officer devoted full-time to each of those schools. The City of Plymouth approved an agreement with the district for the extra officer on Tuesday night. Wayzata also has 2 full-time officers at the high school. In other news, the Osseo School Board is looking at a process to appoint someone to replace School Board Chair Robert Gerhard, who resigned earlier this month. A school spokesperson says the board is considering a revision to its bylaws that would allow the board to appoint someone to the position following an application process. The process could get approval at a meeting next Tuesday, and then the district could begin taking applications as early as March 21st. There's plenty to smile about at Maranatha Christian Academy these days. The school's robotics team is moving on to regional competition after winning the Minnesota State Tournament. We get more on that from Eric Nelson.
I think we all have really good teamwork and we all like to build each other up.
Give it up for Maranatha Christian Academy. The Mustang Gear Gang has won a state title in just their 2nd season of competitive robotics.
When we first got there, I thought we had a chance, and then when we started getting closer and closer, and I was like, oh wow, we're going to be able to do this.
Oh, we need to speed up the robot, don't forget.
The Gear Gang is a determined group of 8 students who all bring something unique to the table.
Not everybody here is a great engineer or a great talker or a great programmer, but we have one of each and we can teach each other from it. So we learn from each other and we've grown from it a lot.
I think our kids get a really good experience of doing a lot of different things. They don't just focus on one area and only do one area.
These kids have a knack for winning. And even when things don't look good for their robot, they keep battling.
We had a few bad matches, but like our biggest thing is we can like fight through. Like even if we start off bad, we can always manage to come back and do pretty good.
The Gear Gang will be one of 72 teams competing at the North Super Regionals in Iowa this weekend. They like their chances and believe their robot can win.
We have one robot that competes at these different competitions that we have, and it's been fun trying to keep it running all year, so with all the various parts that it needs and things.
On game day, 2 players run the robot. One has a controller and the other controls rotation.
We fill a crypto box, which is the 4x3, and we fill it as quickly as possible, and as soon as we fill it, if we have time, we've done it a few times, we drop the relic over the side for a couple extra points.
It's a strategy that has certainly paid off for the Gear Gang. In Brooklyn Park, I'm Eric Nelson, CCX News.
Still ahead, we head to West Lutheran in Plymouth to meet this week's Standout Student. Plus, the state girls basketball tournament tips off, and we'll have highlights from Cooper and Maple Grove's opening games. But first, a case of spring fever. Thursday, more sunshine and temperatures in the 40s. But today's Standout Student excels in music, athletics, and, of course, academics. Neil Persley introduces us to Samantha Paul at West Lutheran High School.
I was the tall kid, so everybody was like, oh, are you going to play basketball?
Samantha Paul is head and shoulders above her classmates at West Lutheran. Literally.
I started when I was in 3rd grade.
But now in her senior year, Samantha has played her last game. But there's more to Samantha than just basketball.
I like science most of all, especially like the mathematical sciences, so like chemistry and physics and stuff. Those are kind of my favorites.
She's managed to carry a better than 4.0 grade point average. Katie Heebner has enjoyed both teaching Samantha in class and coaching her on the court.
Sam is one of the hardest working players and students too in our program and in our school here at West Lutheran. She just has an uncanny drive that keeps her motivated all the time.
Besides being athletic and logical, Samantha has also found an outlet for artistic expression.
I've been playing the trumpet since 7th grade.
Together with the rest of the concert band and the choir, they gave their Amazing Grace Sacred Concert last night. After high school, Samantha desires to go into teaching.
I want to get an elementary education degree and teach probably like anywhere from like 3rd through 8th grade. There's a lot that they don't know, so there's a lot that you can teach them, and they're really like interested in learning still. They want to know more and they want to learn more.
With the personality traits and characteristics that Sam has for leading like that and really being able to feed into people and read them, I think Sam would be a phenomenal teacher.
Whether it's athletics, music, or academics, Samantha Paul has kept her eye on the ball and has a bright future ahead of her. From West Lutheran High School in Plymouth, Neil Persley, CCX News.
Samantha hasn't decided exactly which college she will attend, but plans on going to a smaller private Christian college to pursue that degree in education. Still ahead, a big decision today for many people. Is it blueberry, apple, or chocolate cream? But first, an overtime thriller as Osseo battles Champlin Park in the boys basketball playoffs. John Jacobson has the exciting highlights coming up next.
I'm John Jacobson with sports. The state girls basketball tournament tipped off Wednesday morning. It's the first ever appearance for Cooper and the Hawks in the top seed in Class 3A. Cooper facing Alexandria in the quarterfinals at Williams Arena. Drew Gaston drives to the basket on the break. She misses the shot, but Andrea Tribble gets the offensive rebound and put back for the Hawks. Then Tribble finds Jada Buford on the wing, and the senior knocks down a three-pointer to give Cooper a 4-point lead. Late first half, Gaston on the baseline whips a pass back out to Tribble, who drills a three to give the Hawks a 27-24 halftime lead. Tribble scores 18, Buford 20 in the game. Second half, the Cardinals hang tough. Courtney Gould with a basket and foul. They're down just one, but the Hawks hold their lead. Tribble with an open three from the wing to put Cooper up by 4. They win 58-51. Cooper's now 27-2 on the season. They'll play Wilmer in the semifinals Thursday at noon at Target Center. Maple Grove was in the Class 4A tournament for the 4th time and its first appearance since 2011. Maple Grove taking on Lakeville North in the quarterfinals at Target Center. Late first half, the Crimson's Autumn Maliner hits a three-pointer. She scored 19 points in the game, and Maple Grove leads the Panthers by 5 at halftime. But Lakeville North would fight back. Lauren Jensen, nearly unstoppable in this game, drives for 2 of her 31 points here. Lakeville North's ahead in the second half. This game goes to overtime, and in the extra session, Abby Schulte drives all the way to the basket and hits the shot, put Maple Grove up 4. The Panthers come back again to tie, and with 0.3 seconds to go, Jensen knocks down the game-winning free throws to win it for Lakeville North. 68-66 the final. Maple Grove plays Prior Lake in the consolation bracket Thursday morning. Hopkins had no trouble with Forest Lake, defeating the Rangers 74-38. The Royals play in the second Class 4A semifinal Thursday night at Target Center. The girls basketball team from one of the area's smallest schools is in the state tournament for the first time. Heritage Christian Academy starts play Thursday in Class A. Heritage broke through to win their first section title, taking the 4A crown by beating Mayer Lutheran last week. It reversed an earlier lopsided loss to Mayer. Heritage started the game on fire from the field and shot 70% from the floor in the first half on the way to the win. They're 19-10 and considered an underdog in their first game, but it's a team with momentum, and they're very excited to be headed to state.
I think it's something like we've all dreamed about since we were really little, and having it become a reality is pretty cool.
It's really exciting. We've worked so hard for this ever since like my freshman year. We had it a goal like by senior year to make it, and so it's like really cool to see, you know, all of our hard work pay off and finally make it.
I know everybody was anticipating with the Maranatha moving up that it was an opportunity for us to get to the state tournament, but you still have to work hard. You still have to, every night at practice, you know, play your best and want to get better so that you're peaking at the end. And I can honestly say I think we are probably playing the best basketball that we have all season.
Heritage tips off against top seed Lyle Pacelli at 11 o'clock Thursday at Williams Arena. We'll have highlights Thursday starting at 4 p.m. here on CCX News. Now to boys basketball in the semifinals of the Section 5 4A tournament. Champlin Park and Osseo going head-to-head in the first of two semifinals Tuesday night at Maple Grove. Great first half for the Rebels. Josiah Strong to Cato Seeley for the layup and an 18-6 Champlin Park lead. Then the Rebels in transition, and Strong gives it up to Bennett Otto for 2 of his 11 first-half points. It's 32-18 Champlin Park at halftime. But Osseo comes out strong to start the second half. Zach Tyson with a good fake, then lets fly on a 3. The Orioles go on an 8-0 run in the first 2 minutes of the second half. Emmett Page had a big game. Tough baseline shot here, drops. He finished the night with 25 points. 90 seconds to go in the second half. Rebels down 3. Strong drains a 3, and the game is tied. These teams go to 2 overtimes, and with time winding down in the second OT, Page misses the step-back 3, but Johnson follows underneath. That's it. The game winner as time expires. His only basket of the game. Osseo wins 56-54. They advance to Friday's Section 5 final. In the second semifinal, top seed Park Center facing Spring Lake Park. The underdog Panthers play well. Blake Remy hits the pull-up jumper on his way to a 25-point game, and they lead 19-14. Dane Danger scores on the jump hook shortly before halftime. Park Center struggles, but they take a 28-27 lead into the halftime break. Second half, and Jarius Cook drives and dishes to DJ Purnell for the hoop inside for the Pirates. Danger has a great game. He spins and scores on the baseline. He has 23 points to lead the Pirates. And Emmanuel Tamba helps Park Center finally break the game open, getting a steal and layup here. Park Center wins 76-60. They'll play Osseo for the Section 5 championship Friday night at 7 at Rogers High School. That's all for sports. Mike, back to you.
Oh, that's fun. Thanks, John. Up next, where a love for math and something sweet come together. We'll be right back. Well, finally, for the mathematicians out there, March 14th is known as Pi Day. It's when people celebrate the ratio of the circumference of a circle to its diameter, all right, which is approximately 3.14, March 14th. But for the rest of us, it's a day to save money on tasty pastries.
So we have our blueberry pie, our Whole Foods Market blueberry pie here. We've got a cherry pie. We've also got classic apple.
Whole Foods in Maple Grove is one of the places using Pi Day as a marketing opportunity. Today, the grocery store chain offered discounts of $3.14 on any large bakery pie. Over the course of the day, they expect to sell hundreds, making it one of their biggest sales days of the year for pies.
The reason to come buy a pie here is that, again, you know you're getting natural ingredients, so you know that when you bring it home to celebrate with your family, that it's comforting, it's delicious, it's natural, and it's fresh.
Employees at Whole Foods say their best seller on this National Pie Day is apple pie. Looks good. That's it for now. Thanks so much for joining us, and we'll see you back here again on Thursday starting at 4 o'clock.